once you were his friend. He loved you and took care of you. He would do anything for you.
Only on ABC 15 for the first time, we're hearing from the wife and mother of Sergeant Sean Drenth, the Phoenix police officer who was shot to death on duty. Nearly a year later, his case remains unsolved.
ABC 15 investigator Lori Jane Gliha has been working on this story for months, and tonight, Drenth's widow opens up about their special bond and what he said to her during a phone call just before he died.
A gentle breeze brings a bit of calmness and peace to this place. But a tragic mystery still lingers here.
I couldn't go there at first.
11 months ago, this is where Diane Drenth lost her only son.
It's just hard to believe that any of it's real.
And Colleen Drenth,
And I miss him. I love him.
lost her soulmate.
I wish he was here to help me through some of the things that I've had to deal with.
October 18th, 2010, decorated Phoenix Police Sergeant Sean Drenth died on duty in a dirt lot near the state capitol, killed with his own shotgun. For the first time, you're looking at surveillance video of his patrol car not long before he died. The lights on his car show he's in an area near the place where his body was found. To this day, his death is still unsolved.
Do you talk to him?
Absolutely, all the time.
And what do you say?
I look to him for advice, like, what is it you want me to do? How do you want me to handle this?
He was just fun to be around. You know, he made me laugh from the time I met him to the time I talked to him last. Yeah, I laughed every day with him.
Colleen met Sean in high school. This is their first picture together, taken at a party in the early 90s. It's the first time she really talked to the guitar-playing boy. He had long, curly hair.
He had a mullet.
It was a fro mullet.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of
it
a
was
fro
kind of
mullet.
thick.
And he made her laugh.
Yeah, there was something about him that I wanted to get to know better from him.
The two became fast friends, talking on the phone every night.
I would find Sean dozed off at times with the phone to his ear and pick it up and say, he's asleep.
Eventually, they tied the knot. Sean would do anything to make her happy, Colleen says. He was so caring and loving and romantic.
He would write me little songs or buy a card and, you know, write little notes in there, leave me notes. He made sure to call me every night before going to bed. So he just, to make sure, he said goodnight to me.
He called her that night, the night he died. This is Sean's phone, his wife's number lovingly programmed into it next to the word princess. Colleen says everything that night seemed fine when they talked, normal.
It was okay. And he was like, I'll talk to you later. And I said, okay, I love you. And he goes, I love you too. And we hung up, and then I called him when I went to bed at 11 o'clock that night. And of course he didn't answer at that time.
That's about the time another officer found Sean shot to death. While detectives try to figure out who pulled the trigger, a mother and a wife cherish the moments they spent with Sean and the good times that fill their hearts.
It was a huge void in my life. He's my only child. He was always there for me.
So every night I would cuddle up to him and I'd fall asleep on his chest when he was home. And that's what I miss.
And Colleen told me she comes to this memorial site about once a month, and she'll bring little items that remind her of Sean. And one of those items is right here. It's kind of faded, but this is a box of Girl Scout cookies, Do-si-dos. They were Sean's favorite cookies, and he had a standing order that if you ever saw a Girl Scout, you had to buy 5 boxes. Well, Steve and Katie, this year Girl Scout cookie season came after Sean died, but Colleen still bought a box of cookies, and so did her friend, and they brought them here to this memorial to help them remember.
And Lori Jane, are police any closer to figuring out what happened out there? I mean, do they have any kind of new leads at this point?
You know, Katie, what police told me is that the majority of the evidence that they have collected here, which includes hundreds of different items, including DNA samples, most of that has been processed, but at this point, still no concrete answers as to what happened or to who pulled the trigger.
And what about the Drenth family, Lori Jane? What do they think happened?
Well, Steve, one of the things is they didn't really want to speculate. They didn't want to talk about theories as to what happened to Sean, but one thing they were definitely certain about was that Sean did not commit suicide.
Lori Jane, thanks so much.
Right now we're putting the finishing touches on a revealing 30-minute special uncovering more about what police are pursuing in this mysterious case. Death on Duty, the Sergeant Sean Drenth mystery, airs on Saturday, October 15th at 10:35 p.m.
And now